Brodes Media.
5-0. 5-0. All they do is kick ass. They don't even play their best. And it's win after win after win. It's a cover on the road, a 4-point favorite. They win by 9. And I had zero issues with the way they handled things. Brian Johnson, Nick Sirianni with the final frame. Go up 9. 4 minutes or so to go. They won't beat you. You change the narrative of Cooper Kupp in the second half. And look, in the beginning, you had to definitely plug and play. I don't know why Goodrich was option number 1. I didn't necessarily love some of the things they threw. Morrow was matched up on them. Then they went to Roby. Even Slay got beat a few times. But if you put your best corner on Cooper Kupp, I won't be aggravated with you whatsoever. Sometimes great players make plays, and other times you are in the position to win the battle. So it is what it is. You tip your cap, but I thought, you're just throwing so many different things at the wall. I don't know if maybe the best thing would have been either go with Roby right from the rip, or you go Bradbury back in the slot and have Josh Jobe play on the outside. It was scorching you constantly. But credit to Sean Desai, someone who's working with an extremely banged up secondary. You don't have Fletcher Cox available, and he found a way in game to completely flip the script. We weren't talking Cooper Kupp at all. Actually, it got so down bad for him that they were mentioning, well, that was the first catch since the first half. So much time was bleeding off the clock, whether it's because you're stopping Cooper Kupp or your offense churns and churns and churns their legs. Jalen Hurts on third down, using his legs. Just as a team, I said churning the legs. As a collective group, the offense just moves downfield and milks the clock. 16 plays, 15 plays, 17 plays, 9 minutes, 8.5 minutes. Yeah, the red zone needs to be worked on. There's no doubt about it. I'm sick of the Kenneth Gainwell stuff. I don't love everything you're doing with Jalen Hurts. You need 7. You know that scene from Friends when Monica? 7. Okay, that's what you need, and those are the type of orgasms you are supposed to have when you score a touchdown against an opponent on the road, even though it doesn't sound like the road, because there's a billion Eagles fans that travel to LA and take your entire stadium over. That place was loud as hell, and when Hassan Reddick got to the quarterback, and when Hassan Reddick, finished it off, I was nuts. That's the only time I was nuts. I'm never nuts other times elsewhere in my life. It's just that. But man, he was on a different tear during that final frame. It took him a little bit last year, so maybe it just has something to do with what was on his hand. He never felt comfortable. I bet you 5, 6, 7 weeks down the road, 5, 6, 7 games, we look back at the breakout that happened in Los Angeles. The breakout happened when Matthew Stafford, that came up and bang, dude gets popped a few times. Amazing. Jalen Carter had some good stuff too. Dude's barreling through double teams. It's unbelievable. And speaking of unbelievable defensive tackles, you did face Aaron Donald. No Cam Jurgens. Here's Opeta. And Lane Johnson, the highlight package on this guy going up against anybody. So much time for Jalen Hurts to look poised. And that's the thing about this entire offense. They may have not have scored. They may have not have punched in 7. But there's no doubt that Dallas Goedert and that first drive establishing something that hasn't been all year, and you desperately need it. You need Dallas Goedert. So the first drive, a lot of the scripted plays starting a game between Brian Johnson and Nick Sirianni have flourished. It's been really smooth and incredible. Just during the mid-game after that, when it settles in, that's when sometimes we've seen some ugliness. But that wasn't really the case. They were connecting on third downs nicely. If it was a tush push, so be it. If it was A.J. Brown, so be it. Hell, there was even one where Kenneth Gainwell lowered his shoulder, beat the man with toughness, got a couple extra yards, which kept the drive going, and the football stayed with the Birds. So very important from everybody. I thought there was a good usage, except for maybe Devontae Smith. It was a tad quiet on his day. They even force-fed Quez, and it pisses me off that he's an idiot and can't actually run through a good block. You have 2 blocks, and you can't run through that on the left side. You can't find any sort of green grass to get an extra couple yards and move the sticks. Like, that's pathetic. But going back to that drive, all right, Swift with the first down catch. He was lined up in the slot a couple times. I really like that. Then Jalen Hurts hits Dallas Goedert for basically a 50-yard gain. And that was his best throw of the day in my eyes. They put a 300-pound man in the field to try and chase down Dallas Goedert. How stupid, how dumb can you be? That matchup favors us a billion times out of a billion. And man, it was hilarious to watch them try and bring him down. He was a magician. He was a weapon. And that's what happens when you have so much talent on this team. Do you want to take explosive plays away and you want Devontae Smith to be a non-factor? Okay, here's Goddard. Here's A.J. Brown, and then try and take Goddard out of the game. Okay, here's Devontae Smith over the top. Try and take anything else out of the game. Okay, here's DeAndre Swift and us leaning on our offensive line because they don't stop. This offensive line is a juggernaut. You're missing a right guard. You're missing a starting piece, and then here's your backup to your rookie, basically, right? Cam Jurgens sits on his ass all last year. Not really. I said that as if he wasn't working hard. I'm sure he was working hard and putting in the time to learn how to work here at Jeff Stoutland University, so don't take that for the wrong ways or the wrong reasons, okay? So he's just on the bench, though, and he's watching and he's consuming. Now we need you at right guard. He steps in, now he gets hurt, and now here's Opeta, your backup, facing Aaron Donald. Just like the Philadelphia Eagles were trying everything in their power to find an answer for Cooper Kupp. That's how they were trying to expose, I think, the Eagles' offensive line with Aaron Donald, throwing him over different linemen and trying to get him at a different spot, see if he can work off of a certain angle, and it really wasn't disruptive at all. The only thing disruptive with this game was Jalen Carter and Hassan Reddick, baby. Jalen heard the noise all week long, I'm sure. What's happening? Why is it stopping? I said, relax, pulse. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Breathe. Take a few deep breaths. Jalen Hurts will not be stopped. Whatever's not working currently, Jalen Hurts didn't forget how to run the football. Jalen Hurts didn't forget how to take what's there for him. They're figuring out this entire offense. AJ, finally, it's splash after splash with this dude. It's a 40-yard chunk play now. And he's wide open. There was one pass that Jalen Hurts missed, and I think ironically enough, again, it was Quez Watkins, but I'm not blaming Quez for this. It was a 3rd down, and Jalen Hurts missed him. The ball soared up, but Jalen was finding a lot of different dudes doing different things. Back foot to Dallas Goedert. Kenneth Gainwell, DeAndre Swift down in the flat or down as a check down or a screen pass, like getting him going a little bit. I think it was probably more of a check down, but yeah, I mean, getting DeAndre Swift going off the back foot, creating time, rolling out, sliding in the pocket, and then the ball was leaving his hand nicely. That wasn't happening week 2, but he didn't forget how to do this. They just need time.